Today on Good News, He-Man transforms and rolls out, Xesray brings the babes and the beasts, and 52 Toys throws down the action figure gauntlet. Hello, welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. I realized recently that I keep just jumping straight into the news without giving you a chance to hit the like button. There you go. I didn't want to rush you. We can relax. It's all good fun and games. All right, now that that's done, there is a whole bunch of news to talk about. So let's talk about it. We've got a couple more of the Masters of the Universe mashup figures coming out with the Transformers. So originally, we had, Man-at-Arms with Bumblebee and Megatron with Skeletor. Now we're getting the other half of that coin. So on the hit side of the good guys, we're getting Optimus Prime mashed up with He-Man. That's awesome, that's great. Actually, I mean, the first wave was a good guy and a bad guy, so now we're getting a good guy and a bad guy. It's still a yin-yang thing. So Prime looks fun, actually. It's basically He-Man in Optimus Prime cosplay. And I kind of love that. I really, really dig it. It's done in the, I always get my MOTU lines mixed up, like, what would you call it? The Filmation style, the animated style, the cartoon style. You know what I'm talking about. But having the smokestacks on the shoulder pads and the Optimus Prime mask. Oh, and I just saw he's got the Matrix in the power sword. Ah, that's fun. And of course, he's got an axe like Prime's power axe. They put the thought into this to really make it work. And yeah, I actually really dig that. That's a cool figure. And they're not done yet. So for the next He-Man and Transformers mashup, I was trying to think, like, what are we mashing up together? So many different lines. Yes, we're also going to be getting Scareglow with Starscream, which is kind of a fun sort of combination when you consider that Scareglow is kind of ghostly and Starscream had his whole run as a ghost as well after the 86 movie when he was disintegrated. Apparently he had like a mutated spark which allowed him to sort of roam around as a ghost and possess other Transformers. It was a cool little gimmick. And this looks like another cool little, it's cute. That's what I like about these. They're cute. They're cute mashup figures. And I do love the fact that he is full-on Coronation Starscream here. So he's got the crown and the shoulder pads and the cape. By the looks of things, this might be a Club Grayskull members exclusive. It's certainly available for pre-order on Club Grayskull. I don't know if it will then be, available for, everyone else, the peasants who are not in Club Grayskull. I would have thought it would be, wouldn't it? It says here in this particular article, it's available for pre-order for Club Grayskull members at Mattel Creations. So, hey, if you really like the look of him, maybe you might want to get a membership. I hope you MOTU fans have been saving your money because there are a lot of drops happening at the moment. So besides the Transformers mashups, we've also got the pre-orders up for the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins X Stranger Things. They're just mashing up with everything, but I'm not mad about it. Stranger Things mashup, Hordak and Hellfire Man 2-pack. So these are just bright, colorful. I like them. I don't know what the characters are that they've mashed up with. Well, the Hellfire Club. I recognize Hellfire Club just because I've been to enough comic conventions with people wearing Hellfire Club shirts that I recognize the logo. So that's kind of fun. I don't know if they've mashed him up with a character or if it's just a MOTUized version of the Hellfire guy. And then, of course, we've got Hordak here with the great glow-in-the-dark effect pieces. So, yeah, honestly, more fun stuff from MOTU. Folks, it's time to take a quick pause for the cause and tell you about this channel's sponsor, Legendsverse. And you know who Legendsverse are. They are your one-stop shop for all of your action figure collecting, cataloging, and correlating needs. No matter what you collect, whether it be Marvel Legends, Mafex, Storm Collectibles, Jada, MOTU, WWE, Transformers, Mythic Legions, McFarlane, Mafex, Mezco, and a whole bunch of other ones as well. If you're into action figures, then this is a fantastic resource in which you can literally go back decades and see all the figures that have come out from all the different characters, all the different lines. You can catalog your own collection, see what it's worth, how much you've spent on it, and see which figures you need to get to complete whatever displays you have. It's free to look at everything on the site, and if you want to get the super package, you can pay a one-off membership, and then you can just catalog everything to your heart's desire. And if you click the link in the description below, you get a discount because you're one of the model behavior community. So yeah, Legends Verse, go check them out. Xesray Studios are gearing up for Wonderfest, and they are going to be bringing the heat this year with a whole bunch of new figures to go into their Fight for Glory, Barbarian, Viking, Mutant Warriors range. They really have just run the gamut of all the different types of characters, which is awesome. It's like someone said, oh, you're making action figures? What type of action figures do you want to make? And the answer was yes. Great, off you go then. So the big one they're showcasing right now is this Killer Croc look. I mean, it's Killer Croc. Come on, it's gladiator battling Killer Croc, which honestly is awesome. I've got the Red Rhino, which is amazing. So another huge, big, monstrous villain to go along. Well, yeah, maybe not villain. That's actually very unfair of me to say. I'm calling him out as being a villain. Why? Because I'm judging people by their appearance. That's not model behavior. I'm sure he's lovely, but he does look pretty mean. And just the size, heft, and chonk of this guy, he's going to be a real winner, I think, with some of the other figures they're doing as well. Some of the more human ones like the Barbarian and the new Warrior Lady that's coming out. Xesray fans, you're going to be eating pretty well. And this guy, man, looking at also the detail on some of his gear, his belts and straps. That's what I really like with Xesray, is you can see the amount of paintwork that they've put into the clasps and the little shields and ornaments and trinkets. Oh, Bayek, that looks nice. Yeah, this is one I'm going to be keeping an eye out for. Also, just to stir up a bit more excitement, Xesray, they can't help themselves. They've shown a few little preview shots of their upcoming Warrior Lady. I don't even know if she has an official name. The write-up here from the ladies that find my figures, it just says, Xesray Studios, they say that there will be a limited amount of 300 pieces that are going to be available of this lady at Wonderfest Shanghai. So I think folks might be clamoring. I could imagine that's going to sell out very quick because this looks great. Not only are the figure proportions pretty awesome with a great athletic warrior type physique, but actually the face sculpt looks really genuinely good. Doesn't have that dead-eyed shop store blow-up doll mannequin look. There's real expressionism. Expressive. There's a real expressive looking face here. It looks really good. And then after Wonderfest, apparently mass pre-order shipments should be going out around about October, November time. 52 Toys are really putting the cat amongst the pigeons. So we had the little preview with all the dancing silhouettes of what they're going to be making throughout the next year or so, and we were able to identify a few of them, and now they're starting to give us more full details. And it's a lot to get excited about. First of all, we're going to be getting new Street Fighter characters, Street Fighter 6 variants here, which is making sense. We've got Street Fighter 2 well and truly covered, and Alpha, but now Street Fighter 6. I know, obviously, Kyoto, Revoltech, they're doing their Street Fighter 6 figures. There are a few to choose from, and now 52 Toys getting into the game as well. I would hazard a guess that these might at least be a little bit cheaper than the Revoltech ones, but obviously we don't have any prices yet, unless they pop up while I'm doing the edit. It looks like they've got some nice touches though, with Ryu with the soft goods kind of cape over there. The face sculpts look kind of nice. Chun-Li in the two different costumes, her classic Street Fighter 2 look and the more detailed Street Fighter 6 one. It could be the start of a pretty cool line. Again, with these companies and with these lines, the question is, are you going to do the whole roster? Possibly not, but just as a start to wet your Street Fighter whistle, it looks like they've got a good beginning here. We'll see where they go. 52 Toys are also doing kind of randomly the engineer from the Alien Covenant movie, and what was the other one? Alien Romulus Resurrection something? I forget. It was a bad one. So those movies weren't great, but the main one from Prometheus, Alien. No, it escapes me. But he looks nice. He's going to be kind of big as well. 1/12 scale, 22.5 centimeters. Got the weird, not human, sort of human looking head. The details on the suit look really nice as well. I guess since they're doing Predator, like that kind of fits in a similar sort of shared universe. But yeah, this is like the most detailed look of a new figure from 52 Toys in their 1/12th line. And at least from what I can see here, it looks like they're going to be off to a good start. Now, I maybe buried the lead when talking about 52 Toys because yes, we are getting the Street Fighter figures, but also we're getting this Predator as well. And this was completely unexpected. It seemed kind of out of place when they were showing all the silhouettes. It was mostly Capcom type characters. And then there was what was clearly a Predator. And I was like, okay, but this is real stylized. I'm going to try and find out like who the artist is that it's based on, or like where this has come from, because it's so kind of, I don't know, it's got a kind of a Japanese or a kind of a Chinese mythological warrior kind of flair to it. Also, I don't know if this is the full coloring for it or not, because these pictures look like, you know, computer renders as opposed to the actual figure itself. But just looking at this, it looks great. So this is going to be on display at Wonderfest Shanghai by the looks of things. So we should hopefully be able to see it in person really soon. And believe you me, when we do, I'm going to be covering it here. Don't know if it's going to be a one-off or if they're going to do more. I love that we're getting either two different heads or a head with a mask that you can put on there. It looks like from some of these pictures as well, he's got the open wide mandibles that look really cool with the blade and the blaster on the shoulder. I just dig the random weird style. And it's been a while since we had a new Predator figure from NECA. They've gone a little bit quiet with their Predators. So if someone else can come in and give us some more of the alien hunters, that's great, because honestly, I feel like this is an open market right now because Predator is as big as it's ever been. We've just had Prey, Killer of Killers. Now we're getting Predator Badland coming out next month, which looks so cool. This is a good time to be a Predator fan, and it seems like 52 Toys have jumped in at just the right time. Jakks Pacific now have up for pre-order on the Entertainment Earth website, and probably other places as well. I don't think that they're exclusive, but they have Wave 4 Simpsons 5-inch figures, and we got some more classics in here. First of all, blue shirt Bart Simpson, which is my biggest nostalgia Bart Simpson, because when The Simpsons first came out, should I say Simpsons one more time? Simpsons. They did all the merchandise for Bart wearing a blue shirt. No idea why that was, but yeah, in the cartoon, even in the original cartoons, before it was a series, always had the orange shirt. And then all the Bart Simpson merchandise, it was a light blue. So go figure, a little relic from history. Then we've got Carl as well, which is, Lenny and Carl, absolute standout classics. We've got classic Barney too. And then finally, we've got Bumblebee Man to round out the set. And it looks like, at least on Entertainment Earth, you can buy a case of 6 figures for $84. I don't know, who do you double up with then? It just says case of 6 figures available, $84. There you go. So, all right, I'm not too sure of the logistics of that one. Might try and look into it. Got some more images and full release details for the upcoming SH Figure Arts Tamashii Nation's Book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett over here. So when Disney fully stripped away all the mystery as to what might have happened after Return of the Jedi, and then we watched the series and we're like, oh, kind of wish I didn't know now. But those moped races, woof, that was the time. So we're going to be getting the 6-inch Boba Fett. He's going to come with a whole bunch of stuff, actually, which is kind of nice. Got the gaffy stick, which he can have when he's riding his speeder, like a benta. Also the blaster pistol, blaster rifle, and jetpack. So pre-orders are going to go live October 1st, and it's going to be releasing around about April of next year. Should be retailing pretty much for about $80. So yeah, if you want to immortalize a Book of Boba Fett, well, quite frankly, Lord help you. Now, this is a monster that I absolutely do not want in my collection at all. It's Megaguirus from Godzilla, and this is, of all the kaijus that Godzilla fights, probably my least favorite one, because it just makes my skin crawl and gives me the goo-goo jeebies, because it looks too much like something that could actually fly in your face when you're walking down the street and you'll be like, ah, ah. I mean, if it was small, if it was kaiju sized, that would be a whole other problem. But yeah, this really gross looking fly reptile thing but it is kind of iconic as far as Godzilla kaijus go. Definitely from my golden age of Godzilla villains. So this is going to be releasing around about March of next year. And coming from Tamashii Nations, I think Higher Toys just showed off their one as well. So they're kind of mirroring each other. This one, though, it looks really well put together. I just don't want it because it's also, being the size that it is, it will just look like a big mosquito fly type thing on my shelf, and it would freak me out every time I look at it. Nah, hard pass for me. Loose Collector just doesn't stop working, it would seem, and he's always keeping us up to date with the different projects that are in the kitchen and bubbling away. So let's take a look at a few things we've got to look forward to that will also be shown off at Wonderfest coming up soon. Wonderfest is one of those sleeper shows that actually has a lot of really cool stuff. So first of all, he's given a little articulation demonstration of the upcoming Yeti Sasquatch figure. Very impressive looking. The fact that he can, sit down crisscross applesauce style and he's still towering over 6-inch figures. This boy's going to be huge. Then a couple of new figures we're going to get a sneaky peek at, even though Sasquatch is new too, but even newer. We never stop here. We've got this Dogman, which looks like a whole line of cryptids that we're going to be getting. So this is kind of cool because Mythic Legions are doing their cryptid creature. And now also, it's funny, I was just saying earlier how these companies kind of just coincidentally sort of mirror each other. Like when Armageddon and Deep Impact came out at the same time, or the volcano ones. What was it? Dante's Peak, thanks Dom. And what was the other volcano movie about a volcano? Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. What was it called? With Tommy Lee Jones, where there's a volcano, they have to... Yeah, I said that. Yeah, with the lava coming out. What's it called, the movie?
The damn movie's called Volcano.
Damn. That was a stupid name for a volcano movie. They're calling Jurassic Park Dinosaur. Dumb. Okay. This is what the office is like on a daily basis. So, we're also doing Chupacabra as well. The Mexican goat-eating creature, which looks kind of like just sort of cool and small and creepy. I think because of the size, maybe it's going to be a multi-pack, because I got a picture of 3 of them next to each other, which would make a great little band of creepy little buggers to, be attacking commandos and stuff. Really fun output coming from Loose Collector. I'm looking forward to seeing more of these. Snail Shell, what can I say? I'm a simple man. You throw a Snail Shell figure out there, I'm gonna like the look of it. And you might ask, really, Dave, why? What is it that you like about Snail Shell figures? You know what I like. Don't make me say it. And this is a prime example right here. So much so that I'm actually going to show you the little family-friendly pictures with a little bit of editing on there, even though there is actually nothing too revealing in this figure. She's all kind of covered up where she needs to be covered up. It's still pretty, dare I say the word, gratuitous. I mean, it is, but I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm not like, oh, heaven forbid, let me crunch my pearls. This is a gratuitous action figure. No, I'm like, this is a gratuitous action figure. It's amazing. Love this. So yeah, looks really, really cool. Going to be up for pre-order very, very soon. And considering that they've done the Succubus and the Warrior Nun, this is going to go right alongside with them. And genuinely, that's going to be an awesome looking, extremely gratuitous collection. And I'm here for it. Time once again for Anime Corner, where Dave doesn't know what he's talking about, but he does like the look of some figures. This one in particular just looks cool. I mean, sorry, I was looking around because I thought I had my Dan to Dan figure. I don't. I've got my Ocarina around here somewhere. I do love some cool anime aesthetics. This is a cool anime aesthetic. So from SH Figure Arts, this is Tomura Shigaraki from My Hero Academia. So yeah, I'm not familiar with the franchise. I mean, I know what it is, but that's about it. But this dude here, just his design, so cool. All the hair flowing in the wind, the huge big cape, and of course the way they sell it with the dynamic poses, and just, he looks awesome. Really, really cool. And the great, crazy, grinning face sculpt. I love it. I dig it, actually. So, yeah, I'm not about to get into My Hero Academia, though I'd be tempted to. I was tempted to go and see the Demon Slayer movie at the cinema the other day, because I was like, you know what? It's out there. It seems to be big. I've got a free afternoon. 2.5 hours. No. I'm not going to go and watch a an anime movie that I don't know anything about for 2.5 hours. That's too much of a barrier for entry. But if there was a My Hero Academia one that clocked in a nice toit 90 minutes, might give that a try. Who knows? Maybe one day. A company that I'm not familiar with called BuzzMod are doing a Rebecca figure from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Now, we have had an unofficial Rebecca figure that came out a few months ago, which was absolutely incredible. I can't remember what they called her, maybe like Cybergirl or something. But this company seems to have the official license. They're full-on Cyberpunk Edge Runners Rebecca, and she looks a lot more animated than the other version of this character, which is fun because then you do have two very distinct looking figures. So this is going to be retailing apparently for about $80 and should be coming out around about July of next year. But yeah, considering the original one, which of course wasn't official, was more kind of like badass, this one looks a little thicker, a little more cutesy, a bit more animated and cartoony, which honestly is kind of fun. And also she comes with the big kind of puffer jacket that the character wears as well. So I dig that as a different sort of look. This is kind of fun. Revoltech with a very cool looking preview here. We've got Nightwing. And Nightwing I wasn't expecting, but here we are. They've been doing a few really cool Batman figures. They've been building out the Bat family. And I don't think we haven't had a Nightwing from Revoltech before. So this is good to see. Obviously, it's just the one preview picture, so I won't linger for too long. But of course, that does mean we're going to have the full reveal coming up pretty soon. And when it does, I'll be going over him with a fine-tooth comb. In Statue Corner, want to give a little shout out to Premium Collectible Studios with their Doctor Doom in his throne, looking absolutely stunning, with an absolutely stunning price tag. But hey, that's statue life for you. I just wanted to look and gawp and just give out about how amazing this thing looks. Need to get Marvel Legends doing a bespoke Doom throne for him to sit in. Because let's face it, the next 2, 3, 4 years are going to be the years of Doom. Doomsday's creeping ever closer to us. We're getting more and more behind the scenes pictures with RDJ as the man behind the mask, looking beautifully comic accurate. So why the heck not splurge an insane amount of money on a Doom statue to celebrate? I can't think of any reasons not to. So yeah, if you're feeling a little bit froggy, why not treat yourself? And that does it for the news for this video. But I'm actually unbelievable. Unbelievable. Not until I say we're done. Oh well, we had a good run. And folks, that does it for good news for today, but not actually for today, because I'm going to be releasing multiple episodes. I'm going to do a morning episode and an evening episode because there's so much toy news. We got to break this thing down. So you can stay tuned or keep your eyes out for the next installment of good news to wrap up more toy news because, man, there's just too much to talk about. So gang, thank you so much for watching this one. Stay tuned for the next episode, and thank you all the channel members who helped me keep this channel ticking over. Can of Coke to you, doff the hat, and many, many thanks. So until the next episode, which won't be very long, keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee, big time.